Hello all, welcome back to another interesting session. In this video, we are going to see how to set up argo-cd tool in a Kubernetes cluster and how to deploy or manifest files into a Kubernetes cluster using argo-cd tool. So before jumping into the video, let's discuss a few points which we covered in our previous video, where I have explained complete CI/CD flow using different tools like GitHub, Jenkins, Docker, and deploying into a Kubernetes cluster. And finally, the deployments are monitored through PGL stack, that is Prometheus, Grafana, and Loki stack. So for setting up the argo-cd tool, have spin up two EC2 instances and created a Kubernetes cluster out of it. So now let's log into the Kubernetes master and start the installation part of argo-cd. So let's jump into the master now. So we are in the master node now. So let's check the number of nodes attached to it. So we can see that master and the worker node are in ready state. So now let's install Helm first. So for installation of Helm, use the following commands, which I'll paste in the description below. So installation of Helm is completed now. Now if we give Helm version, we'll get to see the version of Helm. And now we'll add the repo of the argo-cd to our Helm. So now argo-cd repository has been added, and let's install argo-cd now. You can name your release anything. Let's say it's my-ARGOCD. And if you can see, the installation is done. And if we check for the pods, see, containers are getting created, and let's wait for a few minutes. Now if you can see, all are in running state, and as a part of setup, we need to make few changes in the deployments. List the deployments first, and we are going to make few changes in the deployment called my-ARGOCD-server. Okay, so for that, use this command kubectl edit deployment. We need to add -- insecure. So just add this insecure in the arguments and save and quit. So now edit the service. So this is the service we are going to edit. Type it is of cluster IP. We are going to change it to NodePort, so that we'll get a random NodePort, and we'll create a load balancer, and we are going to access the UI of argo-cd. So now if we list the services, earlier there was no NodePort. Now see, the type is changed from cluster IP to NodePort, and we also got a NodePort. So we are going to create a target group out of it, and create a load balancer and access our argo-cd UI. So now initially we need to retrieve a password that we'll get in the secrets. So this is the initial admin secret. So this will be the initial password. Let's save it somewhere else in a notepad. And now we need to create a target group. And the target port will be 32440. So let's jump into the AWS console now. So first let's create a target group pointing to the Kubernetes master, and the node port will be 32440. Okay, create a target group, name it something, argocd target group, and port will be 32440. and scroll down all the way, click on next, point it to the Kubernetes master, click on include as pending below, and click on create target group. So this will create a target group called argocd-tg. And now let's go ahead and create a load balancer. So create a load balancer. It is an application type, and let's name it something, argocd-alb, and scroll down all the way, select any two AGs, and choose security group, and the listener will be 80, protocol will be HTTP, pointing to the target group argocd-tg. Scroll all the way down and click on create load balancer. So we need to wait for a few minutes to get the status into available, so that we can access our argocd UI. So now the status is active, and we can access our argocd UI. So for that, copy the DNS name and type http:// and paste the URL. So argocd page is coming up. So this is how our argocd dashboard looks like, and username will be admin, and the password which we retrieved, that we have to use here. That's it. We are able to sign in into the argocd tool now. So in the next part, we are going to see how to deploy manifest files using argocd into our Kubernetes cluster. So just a quick recap of the steps that we followed from the very beginning. First is to set up a Kubernetes cluster, SSH into the master, and then install Helm, and add argocd repo to your Helm, and install argocd. And after installation is done, the very first thing we need to do is edit the deployment of argocd-server, where we need to add a term called insecure in template specification block inside the containers. And after that, we need to edit the service which is of type cluster IP. We need to change it to a NodePort, so that we'll get a random NodePort where we create a target group out of it, and attach it to a load balancer. And finally, using the DNS and name of the load balancer, we have accessed the argocd UI. And that's it for the video, guys. Hope you like it, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, which will give me a good amount of motivation to post more and more genuine content like this. Thank you so much.